MacVoices at CES Unveiled 2025. MacVoices is back at CES in Las Vegas. This is CES Unveiled. I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we came across the FlowStop folks who are showing a way to protect your home in floods. Now, this may not be the usual MacVoices fare, but it's something I'm very interested in. Alex is going to tell us about it. Alex, it's great to see you.
Yeah, Chuck, nice to meet you. It's great to see you here.
So this is a very intriguing product. When we walked by, it's like I had not read about this, and I instantly understood it and appreciate just how important it could be.
Yeah, every year there's at least $4.5 billion of damage caused by flooding. So yeah, it's 51 million people that are affected by flooding in the US, and there's barely any solutions that really helps, that are easy to install, easy to store, easy to use, and that's where FlowStop comes in.
So I'll let you try to describe it because I had to see it and to understand it.
Yeah, it's an inflatable. So they're custom made. We take the measurement of your door or your garage door or your window, and then we ship you this custom made inflatable device. And so you just have to put it in your door frame, inflate it, it'll expand, and the gasket on the side will be completely crushed, matching all the imperfection of your wall. Because if you've been in construction, you know, there's no wall that are completely straight. There's no wall that don't have any imperfections. So if we use a straight metal bar, it's really hard to cover those imperfections. With an inflatable device, you can really cover everything.
Mm-hmm. And so I understand how it goes this way, but how about down? How does it feel on the floor?
That's a really good question. So if you see, we have two cushions, and the top cushion is twice the size of the lower cushion. So we inflate the first cushion first, the top cushion first. The top cushion expands to the side, and it creates a roof for the lower cushion. If you look at it here, the lower cushion, we have those stripes. When it's deflated, these would touch the ground. So they touch the ground. When we inflate it, it will expand, it will try to go up. But now we have this roof that prevents it from coming up. So it goes down, creating the pressure to compress the gasket and create the waterproof. So one thing is you always want that little bits to be pushed out. Otherwise you're in deflation mode. And then you twist it a little bit, you get in and twist back, and then.
Okay, so now this part of it is pretty darn solid.
Look at this. This is solid.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then the bottom part.
And then we so like I said, you would do the top part first, push to the side, and then make sure this touch the ground.
Oh,
so as you can see, it would make a space that's a little too small, right? I didn't twist it properly, but
we're right back to it. It's now about as solid as you're going to get it.
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
that is so cool. That is really amazing. Now we were talking to one of the gentlemen earlier that actually used this in his house in Florida to save his house.
Yeah, that's actually our first employee in Florida. He's French, and so he moved in Florida and knew there was going to be a lot of flooding, so he was looking for a solution. FlowStop is a French company, so he found them in France, bought the product, used it in his house, saved his house during Helene, and then joined the company because there is, such a potential with this product in Florida, but in California and all over the US.
Okay, so the obvious question is, what kind of pricing do we have for something like this?
It's 60 cents per square inch. So we take they're all custom made. So you tell us how tall you want them based on the risk where you live. We can do some recommendation, but if you're on the coastline of Florida or if you're nearby a lake, the risk is different. We make them different sizes, right? So 60 cents per square inch. Usually a front door is about $600. A garage door is about $1,200, a single garage door.
Which sounds like a lot, but not when you see what flood damage can do.
Exactly. Yeah. When water comes in and ruins your wall, your floor, your furniture, your electricity, everything, this is not a lot of money.
No, not at all.
No.
Now, we're talking about inflating this. I mean, does this come with a foot pump or a hand pump, or
Yeah.
how much inflation do I need to do?
Yeah. So on a single door, you can use a hand pump and it'll take you 3 minutes, 4 minutes. It's very simple. On a single garage door, double garage door, we will give you an electric pump and it'll take 4 minutes, 5 minutes as well, but you won't have to pump for like 20 because it would take a long time to inflate one of those with a hand pump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you deflate them, then they can be stored in a relatively small space.
And that's the beauty of it. Those FlowStop we brought here to the show fit in a small luggage that we could fly with. This is very unique in flood protection. So yeah, you deflate them, you can roll them and store them very easily in your garage. You don't have to have a separate unit to pile sandbags or other devices.
Now, are these shipping now?
Yeah, they're shipping in the US. Yeah.
So I can.
They're
order
available
one?
on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, either this week or next week. We're trying to be available for CES. I'm hoping by Tuesday they'll be available. We're still tweaking the listings.
Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
I love this because it is affordable and it doesn't require an engineer to install.
Exactly. That's the big things. And think about it as a business perspective. You're a bank, you have location all over the city. That's a lot of flood barriers. They can't store it inside the bank, so they have a storage facility. That storage facility, you need someone to go and pick them up with a truck, to bring all the barriers. The thing is, when there's a flooding, everybody is looking for a guy with a truck to bring all the barriers and install them. So that demand is really high and it's really hard to find a guy. With FlowStop, you just store that in your location, in the bank, and any employee can install it. You don't have to screw anything or change the environment.
Now, what we're looking at here is, I don't know, what is that, 4 feet, 4.5 feet?
Yeah.
But I could order one larger?
Yeah. Larger, taller. We work with a town in France that's have protected monument. The church and all the building are protected, so they can't drill anything on the wall. So they use FlowStop. They have really, really tall one for this church door. They're like, I don't know, 8, 10 feet tall.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, obviously they can go to Amazon, but what's the website where they can learn more?
Yeah, it's FlowStopFloodBarrier.com. Super easy.
Great. Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chuck.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's a
pleasure. Folks, we'll have more from CES Unveiled in Las Vegas. Thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode. You will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CashFly at cashfly.com.